This video is brought to you by Raycon. So I had a bunch of people on Twitter tell me about this movie called 100% Wolf. And it caught my interest because it has a poodle. And guess what, folks? I own a poodle. He's gonna be 16 in December. That's right, give him an applause. Give him a pause. Get it? Because dog puns? Whatever. Let's talk about the movie. So I did some digging, and this movie was made by Flying Bark Productions, which that name sounded familiar to me. And it's because this studio helps with the animation for Rise of the TMNT and Glitch Techs, two shows that are done by Nickelodeon. Well, I thought, hey, Flying Bark, that's cool. They work on some good stuff. So this movie should be no exception, right? Wrong. This movie's got issues. Okay, the synopsis for the movie. It's the modern time. I'm going to assume Australia because of the accents. And you got a bunch of werewolves running around town saving people like superheroes or something. Okay, you got this kid named Freddy. He's like, what, 8 or something? He has not turned into a werewolf. He's a son of the leader of the werewolves. And no joke, within 15 minutes, actually it might be 10 minutes, it is 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, we get like a Lion King thing where there's the leader, werewolf, his brother, not Scar, and then you got Freddy here who wants to become a werewolf and take his father's place, not his place, but be one of the leaders of the pack. And we get this ice cream man who looks a lot like Goob from Meet the Robinsons. And he's like got a stuffed bear that he loves or something. And the werewolf gets, I can't even say it with a straight face. It's so ridiculous. Mind you, this all, once again, takes place in like 10 minutes, where the werewolves go back to their version of Pride Rock, which, by the way, is like off the side of the road, and the ice cream man sees the werewolf, and the kid thinks the werewolf is attacking the kid. The ice cream man falls off the cliff, and the dad tries to save the ice cream man, and then falls, and we think that he dies. The boy now can't be leader because he's not old enough, so the uncle's now in charge. He's the new leader of the pack. It's like, that's a lot to unwind, to think about within the first, again, 10 minutes of this film. It's a lot.
Mister, he's trying to help you.
The story goes on. Freddy's now 16, I believe. He wants to turn into a werewolf. He goes through his ceremony. It goes wrong. Something about this moonstone ring that he lost when he was a kid and the ice cream man got, and how they have to get the ring back in order to lift the curse, the poodle curse, on Freddy. Freddy then gets sabotaged by his cousins and the uncle and goes off on this crazy adventure where he meets dogs. By the way, dogs hate werewolves and vice versa. Movie really never tells you why. You're kind of waiting for it, thinking, oh, maybe it's something to do where dogs are like, unlike you werewolves, we are descendants of the mighty wolves. Or maybe werewolves are like, you guys are not real wolves, we are werewolves. Something to work with. No, nothing. They just don't like each other, and that's that. Freddy gets this silver collar around his neck. That's where most collars go, Saber. Well, the silver prevents him from transforming back to a human. He gets stuck with a bunch of other dogs. I get some Lady and the Tramp vibes here. But the entire time, I'm thinking, is Freddy falling in love with this girl dog? There's a montage with a love song, and I couldn't help but think, where is this movie going with this theme? I say Lady and the Tramp 2. By the way, there's a sequel. And yeah, it's like, is there a love story between this girl dog and the werewolf boy? Because if so, no, please stop. Don't do this to me. That's awful. Because the movie heavily implies it.
This is all so new to me.
The plot thing just goes off the rails. There's so much stuff going on, and it doesn't really feel like it melds well together. Ice Cream Man is now a werewolf hunter, though he's still an ice cream man. The uncle is trying to keep Freddy from coming back to transform into an actual werewolf. Something about how there's a humane society, a dog pound, that is taking dogs and turning them into wigs, and how the uncle is apparently part of that scheme. And it doesn't make sense. It's so overly complicated, the entire story, with what's going on. Ultimately ending with, oh, guess what? The dad's not dead. He's been held at the pound for the last 8 years and never killed a dog, even though the dogs there say that the werewolf kills the dogs there all the time. Okay. Bunch of side characters that are worthless. For what it's worth, I thought the background characters, the character designs aren't the problem here. The dogs, the werewolves, the human forms of the werewolves, it's fine. I think it works. Set designs are fine too. Lighting, texture, it's solid. It's not like top tier stuff in the industry, but it's competent. The main problem here is the story. That's my gripe. It's confusing, feels empty, feels like it's an amalgamation of The Lion King meets Lady and the Tramp 2 meets 101 Dalmatians. That's what it feels like to me. It's kind of a shame to think that so much talent from the animators, from the artists, went to waste on a kind of not good story. And here's the thing, this story could have worked. Like a poodle werewolf, that could work. It just feels like there's really no heart behind it with the story. I don't really care about the characters. They feel very shallow or generic and off-putting, especially when you're heavily implying that your werewolf main character is kind of falling in love with a dog. No good. Let's not even get close to that. Let's stay far away from that idea. So overall, 100% wolf. By the way, they say the name of the movie twice in the film. This movie isn't bad. It's just not good. The story's the problem. The characters aren't interesting. I think it could have been good, but it needed a better writer. Hopefully, Flying Bark can keep working on their own line of movies. They're obviously talented. They know what they're doing. Just find some better source material and better writers. So if you've seen this movie, tell me what you think in the comments, because a bunch of folks on Twitter were like, I love this movie. And I'm not gonna lie, that concerns me. So a big shout out to this video sponsor, Raycon earbuds. I legit had my doubts about earbuds, but Raycon totally won me over. I use them all the time, while doing chores around the house, working on videos, exercising. And let me tell you, it's nice not having a wire getting constantly caught up in me all the time. I also appreciate how stylish they look, and they fit well in my ears too. They also come with earbud adjustments to get a fit that's perfect for you. There's also a recharging case that is very potent and can get your Raycon earbuds to full power 4 times over on a single charge. And best of all, Raycons aren't stupid expensive like other brands. They're fairly priced, but still have a high level of sound quality. I've been rocking the everyday E25s, and it's their best version yet. It has 6-hour playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, a rich bass to the sound, and a more compact design that gives you a nice noise-isolating fit. There are also new colors to pick from. Oh, and get this, celebrities such as Snoop Dogg, Mike Tyson, and J.R. Smith are huge fans of Raycons. So click the link in the description down below and use buyraycon.com/Saberspark to get 15% off your order. Again, I legit like these. I've been using them for nearly a year now, and I highly recommend them.